Hey, what's up, guys? Back with another stream. Bambino Games here. Thanks for joining on a Sunday afternoon. Appreciate it. And we are back with FSEconomy and the SR20. Currently in Grand Canyon area and heading towards Las Vegas, due west to Las Vegas today. Quick trip, not too long. Gonna make a little bit of money, which is good, but getting closer and closer to LAX. One more trip after this and I should be there, so but this should be a fun trip. So we're here at Grand Canyon National, and we're going to be loading up and going. So let me show you what we got going on here. Joppy, how you doing? Thanks for joining the chat. I appreciate it. Yep, you were the first watcher, that's for sure. Definitely the first chatter, that's for sure. All right, let's get into where we are. So we're going to be, here's Sky Vector. We're going Grand Canyon National Park Airport, and we're going to make a stop at the Grand Canyon West right here. We're going to actually take a couple of passengers here, and then we'll head off to Las Vegas right here, McCarran. And total is about 146 nautical miles, so not too bad, and it breaks it up pretty nicely at the hop there, and we'll make a little bit of money to boot. So let's take a look at that. So we're at Grand Canyon National. We rent the plane. This is my SR20 right here. Gonna rent that, and then we go down here to Grand Canyon West, and we're going to pick up 3 passengers here. 1, 2, 3. Boom, add those. Okay, go to my flight, and there it is. So we're good to go there. We've got 26 gallons in the tank, and we're going to have 3 passengers, but we're only carrying them 85 miles or so. But let's just say it's 150. So we're going to need 10 gallons. 26 is going to be plenty, but you know what? Doesn't hurt to buy fuel. Let's just go up to 40. I'll be using it next trip anyway, so we got 40 gallons. Good to go. All right, cool. So should make about $2 grand. Not bad. And definitely enough to cover gas and stuff. So picking up a little bit of money here along the way, but no great shakes, up to 127. I did a couple of routes with the Eclipse 550 NG and made a little bit of money there. So in any event, that's our goal for today. Colin, how you doing? Evening from across the pond. Evening to you too. Glad you tuned in. Flight Plan Go is still a no-go as far as interfacing with X-Plane. But I did get a note from the folks at Flight Plan Go saying that they understand, they know that there's a problem with the beta version, and they're working on fixing it. Oop, didn't want to be there. There we go. They're working on fixing that, and so we should be good to go. Before we get started, let me just the plug on VR Aviators group. Go to facebook.com groups, VR Aviators, or search VR Aviator group, and go ahead and join. We got 168 members, people in here talking about everything to do with VR and flight sims, and it's a great group of people. So make sure you check that out if you're on Facebook. I'd love to have you. Just have to answer 3 simple questions to get in. Not very hard at all. So, all right, let's get to it. So we're going to get this puppy started up here. All right, let me get into the cockpit. All right, we are cold and dark. And ready to roll. So let's get our mixture up here. Actually, let me get my self-centered here. That's better. Mixture up, and we're going to get power to about a quarter throttle. Let's get the battery out. Let's get the batteries on. And clear prop. Good start. And let's get our alternators on and avionics. Get the nav lights on, strobe, landing, pitot heat, and that should be good. All right. We're going to squawk altitude on the transponder, and we got to get our flight plan in here. So let me go over here, and this is the flight plan right there. Have that set up. No GPS coordinates, or sorry, no waypoint turns. Just a simple flight plan. You can see right there, 147 miles. And that should be, we'll go through our checklist here in a second here. Let me just, I'm going to load up FSEconomy, make sure that's loaded, because that's always something I forget to do. So, log in. And there we go. We got our assignments in there. I just double check. So good, we're good to go. Got 40 gallons of juice. All right. Got some sort of, what is that? Is that a Dash 8 in front of us? Not sure. We're going to be taking off from runway, let's see here. We're going to be taking off runway 21. We're over here by the air carrier parking. We're going to be taking off runway 21. And we'll be flying west to our next stop, which will be Grand Canyon West. And let's just take a look at the remarks there. So, runways, information, procedures. It's the pattern. Not sure. Doesn't say what the patterns are. Usually it tells you. Active runway 35 and 17. All right, let's see. Go to maps. Let's just go zoom in here, and it's going to be right pattern 17, so 17. All right, so we'll take 17. So 17 will be coming in from the north. All right, and it's a right pattern, so we could enter in on the well, why don't we just do a straight in approach? We'll just do that. Make it simple. All right, cool. But we have a little bit of time to think about that. In any event, let's get our checklist going here. All right, before starting the engine, we already did that. Already did all that stuff. Flaps, we want those. We'll set those. We're at 0. We'll set our radios. We're not going to, this is a towered airport, so we're not going to worry about communications. We're not on pilot edge. So fuel selectors are good. And let's see. Ooh, would you look at that? How do we get that airport diagram in there? Oh, that's different. Okay. Show chart. I gotta check that out. I didn't realize you could do that. That's pretty cool. All right, check back to checklist. All right, before taxi, we're all good there. Next, parking brake, we're going to disengage that. We'll check the brakes. Let's check our flight system. So ailerons, and we got our rudders. Good. Okay, that stuff's all working, and we're good to go. We can taxi to 21. Give me 1 second here. One nice thing since the upgrade the update to 11.10 release candidate 1, actually it was before that in the beta of 1.0, the ground wobbling is gone. It used to, you used to look out the window here and the ground would be wobbling, and after a while it would kind of make you puke. But that's gone, which is great. So very happy about that. So all right, let's make our way to runway 21. Oh, let's get our CDI to GPS. That's important. Here we go. One step closer to Hawaii. This is Grand Canyon. Very nicely done. This is a basic airport that you get with X-Plane. It's got a lot of nice autogen, buildings, airplanes, jets, you name it, it's got it. Pretty nice. Very nice markings on the runway. Very nice. Nicely done. They just seem to be adding more and more airports into X-Plane, which is great. Okay. We'll do our run up here. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
I want to bring this up to 17. There you go. And we'll go to right magneto. Drop of about 100. Back to both. I didn't hear any sputtering. I don't think this plane, I mentioned that before, I don't think this plane does foul the plugs. Just do it more as a point of procedure. All right, so those are good. Let's bring this back to 1,000. Now, I'm going to want to... Oh! Thanks for the subscription there, Rich. I appreciate that. Thanks very much. I'm going to want to fly at probably around... we're at 6,600. I think I'm going to fly at 9,000. Actually, we'll just make it at 10,000. And I'm just going to check and see where we're going to have to be for west. Go 9,500. All right, so let's take a look at this guy here. Grand Canyon West is at 48. So we have to be up a little bit here. Once we get past this point right here, where it says 9,000, we'll be able to start to descend into our right pattern into 1.7 at the Grand Canyon. Now, if all goes well, on the second leg of this trip, we should pass right by Hoover Dam, which would be kind of cool. Mucker, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Yes, I own Aerofly FS2 for sure, and I have flown it many times, but it's a very nice flight sim. I do prefer X-Plane, but yeah, I have definitely done that, used that before. All right, so we're good to go here. Let's take off. Let's get out of here. Once I get in the air and I get autopilot going, I'll be able to check chat, guys. So definitely, I'm going to talk a little bit about some experiences I've had with 11.10 of X-Plane. Just my thoughts on the upgrade, which I'm very impressed with. All right, let's get stopped right here. We want our flaps to first position. Everything is good to go. We don't need radios. We'll set our radios for our next stop shortly. And let's get the tank on the right tank. That's the one that's the fullest. And power up. And release the brakes. We're looking for 65. Oops. Ooh, wow. See that? I got to get used to doing those camera flips. I get all confused. All right, there's 60, 64, 65, and rotate. Okay, got to remember we have a couple people in the plane. We got some gas, so a little bit heavy. Definitely did feel heavier. All right, we want to run this at, get this going to 85, and we'll get our flaps off. Airspeed's alive. All right, let's get the flaps up here. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get our autopilot on. Nav. And we're going to do vertical speed. We want to go up, 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 up. And that should bring us up to 9,500. We'll start to, I want to lean out the engine here. We're getting 74 RPM. If I pull the lean back, because we're pretty high up here. Here's 75. There's 76. 77. 78. 79. That's right about where I'm going to be. So getting good power out of the engine. Let's get our flight plan right on the display here so we can see it easily. There it is. We got 79 miles to Grand Canyon West. Those will go quick. Again, Grand Canyon West, we have to be at 4817, so as we start to get closer, we'll start to reduce power and descend into Grand Canyon West. Did I say east? Grand Canyon West. All right, good. Everything looking good. Might as well set up our radios right now for our next stop here. So let me get my binder. Don't need this guy anymore. And frequencies. Setcom 1 to 122.9.
COM1 set to 122.08.
Setcom 1 to 122.9.
COM1 set to 122.9.
Setcom 2 to 119.42.
COM2 set to 119.42.
There you go. Beautiful. What do you guys have to say in the chat? What's the name of the panel on the upper left? What you use? Okay, that's Flight Plan Go. It's actually it's running on my iPad, which you guys can't really see in the picture. It's right. My iPad's right over here. Okay, and it's an app that runs on my iPad. And I'm using Air Manager to bring it into the PC, so you can see it there. But it's an app called Flight Plan Go. It's free. You can check it out. Flight Plan Go on iTunes, and I'm not sure if it's, I think it's available for Android too, but you could check that out. Waiting for the visual VR support for X-Plane 11. Do you think it's good now with FlyInside as Aerofly 2? Yeah, this is a question I get a lot, Mucker. I get that question an awful lot. Aerofly FS2, the graphics are definitely better. The visuals are definitely better. It's clearer, okay? And again, that's because you're not using FlyInside as a re-projection software. That said, Aerofly FS2 is lacking in communication, lacking in navigation, and lacking in the ability to use it on things like Pilot Edge and FSEconomy and all those things that make flight simming really fun. So I really kind of look at Aerofly FS2 as it's a flight sim, but it's not as full featured as X-Plane 11. So I would rather have the trade-off of a little bit fuzzier graphics in X-Plane 11 with FlyInside, and that's why I use X-Plane 11 all the time. I'm hoping that native VR and X-Plane 11, which is due out in about a month for the beta release, will be provide better graphics and provide better visuals. We'll see. You know, it remains to be seen. But you know, I personally have been using FlyInside for quite some time, and I'm kind of used to it. So, you know, again, it's a question I get a lot. Jappy, there's something strange if I don't. Something strange if I don't like to. There is one likes. Not sure what you're talking about there, bub. Sorry, Jappy. Don't understand. Not sure what you're talking about. Colin, yeah, Flight Plan Go is not available in the UK, which is really terrible. Too bad. It's nice because it's free, and I sent an email to the developers yesterday, and they got back to me in a day. On a Sunday, they got back to me, actually, and told me that they're working on the problem. So it's good news, and I was thinking there I might have to go to four flight and have to pay $100 a year. I really don't want to do that. But, you know, looks like everything's going to be okay. All right, we're coming to altitude here now, so we should start to level off. And we're going to get some great views of the Grand Canyon. This is all for Ortho 4XP. I'll just check the frame rates here. 2122. And I know that when you're running Oculus Mirror, which I use so you guys can see what's going on, that usually knocks frames down by about 4 or 5 frames per second. I'm not sure why, but I did some testing and it seems to do that. So that's part of the problem. Now, that's going to still be around when I go to native X-Plane VR in a month. Hopefully it all works. But not having FlyInside should help frame rates too. So in any event, just wanted to point that out. All right, so we are at 9,500 feet. We're starting to pick up our speed here. I want to see if I could just leaning this out a little bit more. I think I'm pretty much efficient there. I'm going to run pedal to the metal. Get there as quick as we can. Let me switch to the left tank just to keep things balanced. All right, so we've got 25 minutes to Grand Canyon West, little airport, and we could take in some nice views of the Grand Canyon. You can see the shadows there in the canyons. Really nice. Really cool. Over there to the north, that's the Grand Canyon right there. Off the wing. And over that way is New Mexico. And there's Donovan Young, my sole Patreon, $10 level Patreon sponsor. Appreciate that, Donovan. If you sponsor on Patreon, you get your name on the wing. It's a $10 level sponsorship. Not necessary to do that, but if you'd like to support the channel, that opportunity's there. Just the link's in the description on how to get to the Patreon page, so make sure you check that out. All right, looking beautiful up here. Like a painted landscape. Pinks and tans and greens. Looks really, really cool. All right, we're hitting 145, 167 ground speed. Look down there, the shadows look awesome. Well, I love the shadowing. I really do. It looks great. That might be, maybe that's something new in the new release. So yeah, so I wanted to talk about the new release. Let me just check the, let's see. Thanks, man. I got FlyInside for FXS and thought it was bad. Looking forward to VR support in X-Plane 11. As you say, the content Airfly is a bit lacking. Yeah, the problem is the map is lacking. It's not a world map. It's got isolated areas. They've taken a different approach to how they design it. You know, I get the sense in Airfly that everything is just like cold and like a ghost town. Like the water is like frozen, you know. I don't know. It's a different feel. It's a very good sim. It's bright. The graphics in the planes are great, but a lot of stuff in the planes don't work. Belgeode, who's also a YouTuber, he does a lot of streaming in Airfly FS2. You might want to check out his channel. You can see some stuff that he does over there. So he's a big Airfly FS2 guy. I tend to be more on X-Plane 11, and I do from time to time. I am in Airfly. Now I do like the glider. They have a really cool glider. which I've flown a little bit, and that's kind of fun. So yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to talk a bit about X-Plane 11 1.0 release candidate 1, which came out yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Upgraded to it, and it's working great. Frame rates are definitely better. Stuttering is definitely better, at least to my liking. As I mentioned, the wobbling is gone, which was something that was really irritating. The one thing that's still around, though, is cloud flickering. What I mean by that is when you have clouds, at least in VR, the shadows of the clouds on the ground flicker. I'm not sure if that's an aliasing thing or whatever, but that seems to still be there. And unfortunately, that was something that was pretty aggravating. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the release. Like I said, things seem to run very, very smoothly. And knock on wood, I haven't had any issues with that at all. So, release candidate 1. So I would say they're probably a couple of weeks away from the generally available version of 1.0. And then next will be 2.0, which is they're planning for, they said around Christmas time, and that's going to be the first VR release, the beta release. So that should be interesting. I'm going to have to upgrade to that. Beta 1. This one I waited to Beta 8 before I got up the courage to upgrade. I'm happy that I did because it's got the G1000 and the Cessna and the Cirrus jet and other planes, I'm sure, down the pike, and certainly the improvements in frame rates, a lot of other stuff. So X-Plane 11 just seems to keep getting better and better, which is really good. But when 11.2, sorry, comes out end of December, I said around Christmas, I'm going to have to upgrade to the beta because it's going to be VR, and we're going to have to give that a full review. And hopefully it'll be the answer to what a lot of us want to see. So in any event, looking forward to that. The other thing I wanted to mention is I just posted a video on my channel. I spent some time today working on a custom livery for the Aerobasque Eclipse 550NG jet, which I bought yesterday on sale on the X-Plane org store. Saved $12 on it. I might still be on sale if you're interested in that. It's a really nice little GA jet, 5-seater in FSEconomy, and a lot of fun to fly. Very easy to fly. It has nice systems, nice graphics, nice GPS capability. Really, really fun plane to fly. And I decided to spend some time doing a custom livery, and then I put together a little bit of a video today to some music to just show off that delivery. So check that out if you want. It's on the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on that one. It'd be great. But it was just a kind of a fun thing I spent the Sunday doing. So I'm going to be flying that plane a lot more. In fact, I think I'm going to start to use this plane and that plane as my my two major GA planes. The SR20 here, the Bambino SR20. Go outside here and show you. Here's the SR20. I did this one myself too. And the Aerobasque NG, 550NG. Just seems like a lot of fun to fly. Oh, it is a lot of fun to fly, and looking forward to getting more into that. Definitely on FSEconomy, that's for sure. So. All right, so we're gonna write pattern into 17. We said, right? No, I said no. I'm sorry. What I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna turn up towards Bat Cave up there, and I'm gonna do a approach into 17 from the north. Just a straight in approach. Just makes it easy. It makes it easier. I forgot to get our inset in here. Wow, it's pretty cool. Gonna be right in the heart of the Grand Canyon here. See if we can listen to this. Nothing yet. Well, I'll just leave that on. It'll come up as we get closer. Let's check our engine status. We're burning 12 gallons an hour. We got 450 mile nautical mile range, which is great. We got 35 in the tank. We've used 10. Actually, we've used 5. Everything looking good on all of our settings, which is good. Or all our gauges, I should say. So we should probably start to descend, because I have to come down about 5,000 feet here. 48, call it 5,000, so I got to come down about 4,000 feet. So oh, there's no Android. Are you sure about that? Let me just see here. They said that there's an iPad and Android for Flight Plan Go. Maybe it's just not available in your country. Not sure, but I just looked at the person that emailed me said that it runs on Android as well. So I'm not sure. Not sure, Arnold. Might want to double check that. Maybe that person is wrong. Not sure, but in any event. Man, that's awesome looking. So I guess when we're about 20 miles out, we'll start to descend. We'll descend down to 7,500. Just taking in the scenery. Wow, looks awesome. Now this is Ortho 4XP at 16-bit level. I guess it's called bit level. I did get my hard drive, by the way. I got a 16 terabyte hard drive, which I ordered on Friday. It was delivered yesterday, but unfortunately, I went in my PC supply cabinet, and I don't have a SATA 3 cable, so I couldn't hook it up, which is a bummer because I wanted to spend today building out the Ortho. But I've got my 6 terabyte WD black drive, and I've got a couple of SATA cables on order, so once they come in, they should be here tomorrow. I'm going to install that drive and start to get to work on building out some Ortho. So, and I'm going to do higher density, probably 17, maybe 18 in some of like the Pilot Edge areas. I might do 18, but 17 in other areas. I got plenty of space, 6 terabytes. Yeah, looking forward to getting that going. Yeah, I was really bummed. I'm like, oh, I thought I had a SATA cable, and I don't. So we'll get that set up and ready to go. All right, 35 miles out, 12 minutes out, moving quick. Let's switch over to the right tank. You can see we're a little unbalanced there. We can switch over to the right tank. Grand Canyon looking awesome. Get some nice views as we come up here. Just kind of scan. Oh, that looks cool over there, man. That looks awesome. It's almost like you could see the fault line. Be interesting to see what this airport's like. Hopefully it's got some structure so I can pick it out. But usually these small airports don't have any structure. Just barren rock out here. Not much living out here except snakes and rodents, I think. Maybe some goats, I don't know, mountain goats. Let's take a look outside. That looks cool. That looks very cool. That looks cool too. All right. See if we can get a fix on that airport. Got a little bit of a ridge up there. I'm not sure. I guess I come down after that ridge. We shall see and figure it out. Let's see. Yeah, it might be not available in your country. I'm new to X-Planer. My problem is that I can land down because the tower says one thing, but my navigation says something else. I'm sorry, I gotta read. Let me put my glasses on. Maybe I'm missing something there, Arnold. Let's see. You're new to X-Plane 11. Your problem is that I can hit land down because the tower says one thing, but my navigation says something else. Are you? Yeah, I'm not sure. So you're having problems with the X-Plane navigation? Yeah, not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, what I do is I'm just basically using Sky Vector, and I don't really use X-Plane's ATC if that's what you're talking about at all. I just basically fly my way, unless I'm on Pilot Edge, and then I'll use Pilot Edge ATC. Do I fly helis? No, well, I have flown the helicopter a little bit in X-Plane and a little bit in FSX, so I have tried it, but I don't fly them regularly. It's definitely something that I want to get into and get better at doing. So hopefully soon I'll be able to do that. Work on that a little bit more. All right, so we got 22 miles. We can start to descend here. I'm going to come down to 85. Why not? All right, we're going to come down to 85. Grand Canyon West, Cirrus 328 Tango Delta. We are 20 miles east of the airport. We'll be making a straight-in landing into 17 from the north, Grand Canyon. All right, just give it our first announcement. I should have told them Grand Canyon West, Cirrus 328 Tango Delta. We are flying at 9,000 feet, descending to 8,500, Grand Canyon. That was a bad call because I didn't tell them my altitude. Got to think about that and do a better job at that. Man, there's definitely some wild plateaus and ridges and stuff here. So this should be really interesting to see how this airport is set up. Man, I love the shadows of the sun. It looks awesome. What time of day? We're at 1 o'clock in the sim. Looks really cool. See, that's what I love about this simulator. Those type of small things. There's sun shadows on the cliffs when you're here in the Grand Canyon. It's just pretty awesome. All right, coming down to 8,500. Again, we got to be about 5,000. So, actually, why don't we get down to 8,000? We'll bring her down to 8,000. Grand Canyon West, Cirrus 320 Tango Delta. We are 15 miles east of the airport at 8,500, descending to 8,000. We'll be making a straight-in final approach to runway 17 from the north, Grand Canyon. That was another terrible call. Verbose. So the best way to say that would be Grand Canyon West, Cirrus traffic, Cirrus 328 Tango Delta. We are 15 miles east of the airport at descending to 8,000. We'll be landing runway 17 from the north, straight-in approach, Grand Canyon West. That's how we should say it. That's the way to say it. Landing problems. I'm not sure what to tell you there, man. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, let's see if we can get a... That looks like the airport there. It is wild. So we're going to fly out that way. And we're going to hit... So let's set it to... Set heading bug to 170.
Heading bug set to 170 degrees.
All right, so just so we know, and where's the airport? I don't really see it yet. It's not showing up on my thing here. Oh, there it is. There it is. Starting to come into play. 1G4. There you go. 1G4. 1 Golf 4. It's nice having the terrain and stuff. Oh, it looks awesome, man. Holy shit. That just looks incredible. So wild. All right, so we're at 8,000. We're going to descend down to 5,000. I think I'm going to hand fly this now, baby. All right, because we got... Grand Canyon West, Cirrus 320 Tango Delta. We are 8 miles east of the airport. We'll be landing on runway 17, straight in approach from the north. We're at 8,000 feet, Grand Canyon. All right, let's get our mixture in. We want to be on the left tank. So gas is left tank, undercarriage is welded. We don't have to worry about that. Mixture is in, and propeller we don't have to worry about. So. Because this is a right pattern airport. I mean, I guess we could enter in on the left downwind. I guess. Not really sure, so. We'll just go straight in. Definitely my favorite plane to fly an X-plane, the V-Flight Air SR20. 35 bucks. I'm not sure. It might be on sale this weekend. Not sure. I got an X-plane org. It's a great plane. I love this plane. No complaints about it, except the sound of the brakes. That's the only thing that I don't like. But other than that, it's pretty damn awesome. All right, there's our airport right there. It looks like. Look at that, on top of that ridge. That's pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild. All right, we're basically making a we're gonna go here, fly a little bit north, or sorry, yeah, a little bit further north. And we'll get our straight in approach. Just check out the scenery a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know why you're having landing problems. What exactly is the problem? Maybe can you describe the problem to me? Maybe I can help you out with it. I'm not sure. All right, so we're at about 1,000 feet above the deck right now, so I don't think I want to get any further than that. So, all right, let's make our left-hand turn, because we are 5 miles. Grand Canyon West, Cirrus 320 Tango Delta. We are 5 miles north of the airport at 6,800. We'll be making a straight-in approach to runway 17, full stop, Grand Canyon. All right, starting to slow the plane down. I can see the runway. One of the prettiest. This is definitely one of the coolest landings I've done in X-Plane. It sort of reminds me a little bit of like Catalina. All right, let's start to slow this baby down here. I want to zoom in, make sure I got the right line here. Yep. All right, there we go. Let's make it just like this. I want to get this down to 119 so I can hit the flaps. Just use the nose of the plane to slow the plane down. Nose up, slow down. All right, let's put in some flaps. Grand Canyon West, Cirrus 328, take out that we are on 2 mile final runway 17, Grand Canyon. Wow, it's kind of like mesmerizing and distracting. See such like diverse terrain. All right, let's do the right thing here and get this plane on the ground. Full flaps. '85. Slowing down to 80. 78. Let's get our trim up a little bit. There's 17, kind of covered with dust, it looks like. Oop. Ooh, we're a little short there. We're a little short there. I got kind of mesmerized by the... We'll just stop right here. Pretty long runway. All right. Set parking brake?
Brakes set.
All right, we gotta shut this baby off. To collect our coin. All right, so let's do FSEconomy. And okay. All right, we made $2,000. Not bad. Renting the plane again. Unfortunately, there's no jobs to take back to LA, so we got 32 gallons of gas. That should be plenty to get there. All right, let's load up FSEconomy, and let's clear prop. Get this thing started up again. Okay, good. And we got our next GPS coordinates in there, 65 miles to KLAX to the west, right? Good. All right, let's just make sure we got flight. We're in progress, and what's the ideal processor for X-Plane? Bit of a subjective question, I guess. What are your thoughts? I tell you what, let me take off here and then I'll answer that question. All right, here we go. Let's get our flap starter to 1. Grand Canyon West, Cirrus SR20 Tango Delta, departing runway 17 to the. We were departing to the west to 8,000 feet, Grand Canyon. There we go. Here comes 60 knots, 65, and rotate. Beautiful. And flaps up. I like to recycle the flight director. Grand Canyon West, Cirrus 328 Tango, making a right crosswind turn, departing the pattern to the west to 8,000 feet, Grand Canyon West. All right. Let's get our GPS going here. Autopilot. Nav. Vertical speed. Get ourselves up to 8,000 so we can get some nice views again. And that should be good to go. All right, so Colin, optimum processor for X-Plane. The ideal processor. There's a lot of debate about this. I would say that in the current state of X-Plane with OpenGL, you want to have a quad-core processor, something close to the 4 gigahertz range. I prefer i7s because they have the 8 CPUs in the quad-core. I use a 6700. If I were to build an X-Plane PC today, I would probably use a 77K because you get about 25% more CPU performance in that. That's with OpenGL, the API OpenGL. That's going to change. Laminar Research is planning to migrate from OpenGL to Vulkan. What that's going to do is, right now, in the current state of X-Plane, only one of your virtual CPUs can talk to your graphics card. Okay, so there's a real bottleneck in the way your CPU is talking to your graphics card. So if you have a high-end graphics card like a 1080 Ti, you're not really using all of that graphics card. Okay, that's why they say the 1070 is the sweet spot card. It also really depends on the CPU you're using. When they go to Vulkan, which is sometime in 2018, they're saying, then all of the virtual CPUs will be able to communicate with your graphics card, which will mean you'll be able to utilize your graphics card more. So at that point, it'll probably pay to have a higher-end graphics card along with a higher-end, like a quad-core CPU. So in today's X-Plane, you want to have a quad-core CPU, 4 gigahertz or better. I would say 7 like i7 type processor. But down the road, once they go to Vulkan, that processor will even be more handy, but it'll be able to offload more to the GPU. So I hope that explains it. Let's see, what else? Planning my flight with GPS and the approach also, and then when I start the approach, the tower says that I need to climb up 5,000, but I'm always flying at 5,000. So that's the X-Plane ATC. I'm not sure if that's, I don't really use that, so I'm not really well versed to be able to help you there. I don't use that at all, so maybe I know that there's some issues with the built-in ATC and X-Plane. They're talking about, I think remember them talking about doing a revamp of that. So yeah, I'm not sure. What I would do is maybe post that on like the X-Plane Next Generation Facebook page, and maybe someone can help you out with that. That would be my suggestion there. Sorry, I just don't know enough about it to help you. All right, let's lean the engine out here, get some horsepower out of the engine. As you can see, it's going up 79. So 79 is like the optimum, right? And we're burning 13 gallons per hour. We're coming up to 8,000. We'll start to level off here, and then we will. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Wow. That looks awesome. Not sure what lake that is. Is that Lake Powell? Let's see. Well, I can't really tell, so I don't know where the hell I am. That would probably be Lake Mead? That close? Now, keep in mind, we are going to pass the Hoover Dam, should be to the right. Sorry, to the left. At some point. So I want to keep an eye out for the Hoover Dam. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. Lake Mead's over there. This is Lake, let's see, let me get ourselves geographically here. That would be top part of Lake Mead, I guess. All right, so for Las Vegas, we're going to want to be at, let's see, what's the altitude of Las Vegas? 2181, so we're going to have to come down quite a bit here, so I think 8,000 is probably a little high. The same processor as yourself, along with the GeForce 1080 Ti GPU. Don't understand computers really. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So that's the whole idea. Basically, your 1080 Ti is maxed out, or it's not getting maxed out, I should say, and you'll be able to start. You'll start to see. You'll start to get full use of that as we get closer with Vulkan. Oh. Let's come down to 7,000. Actually, we'll come down to 6,500. Hopefully we can get a good view of the Grand Canyon. I don't think it's going to be for a little. See, this would be the time that I want to have the moving map. That must be Lake Mead right there. And Grand Canyon's going to be right there. Hoover Dam. Sorry, not Grand Canyon. Hoover Dam. So we're going to want to be at about 54, so 65 we should be good. I might just go real low after we go over that one peak, and then we'll be able to see it much closer. Pretty quick trip. all the way from Pennsylvania. This is definitely the longest cross-country trip I've ever done in X-Plane, which is pretty awesome. All right, so we're going to cross there's an airport that we're going to cross right there. That's Temple Bar. All right, so Temple Bar is the halfway point between us and Hoover Dam. Do I have videos for starters on X-Plane? Yes, I have 2 videos. One is a beginner's guide to X-Plane. You can find that on my YouTube channel. Just go in and search through the videos, and you'll find that. It's one of the more popular videos. And I also have a guide to virtual reality flight sims that talks a little bit about X-Plane. But the beginner's guide to X-Plane would probably be helpful for you. You might want to just check that out. Let me see if I can find that for you. I'll put it in the... Let me just see if I can pull that up here. 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm looking for that video, guys. Oh, here it is.
Are you new to X?
Oh, hold on, let me get that link for you. Here you go. Check that video out. That should help you. All right, let's see. What are we doing here? We're at 6,500. Here's the Lake Mead right there. I could probably come down to 6,000, but we'll wait till this peak here. Top of that peak is 5,800. Looking on the map here, right here. Top of that peak is 5,800. We're going to go past, sorry, 5,400. I'm at 6,500, so... We'll just cross that airport below us. What I want to do is, as soon as I get down to, I want to go down to, let's just see. I want to get down real quick so I can see Hoover Dam. So once I pass down there, I can go down pretty far. I want to get down to 4,000. Let's do that. Let's get down to 4,000, but not yet. All right, so once we get past that peak, we're going to take her down quick. Ooh, look at that. We've got some power going here. Let's start to slow her down a little bit. Let's switch over to that right tank. You always got to keep an eye on your tanks in this plane. So I want to take it slow so we could check out the scenery a little bit here. There's Lake Mead, top of Lake Mead. Huge lake, man-made lake. Colorado River filled up when they dammed up Hoover Dam, I believe, if I remember correctly. Just got X-Plane. It seems amazing. JLR, how you doing? Oh, good, JLR. Great. Glad you enjoyed that video. Yeah, a lot of people say it's helpful. You know, it was, I put that together from my experience when I first got into X-Plane, and those are the things that I kind of had to fumble through to figure out. And you kind of, if you know those certain things, you can really help you get up to speed a lot faster, and you know, navigate some of the issues. So yeah, I'm glad it was helpful. That's great. You know, actually, I think what I might do here is I might hand fly this baby. Oh, someone just subscribed. Lewis McGuire. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Lewis. I appreciate it. Welcome to Bambino Games. Make sure you hit that little bell icon if you subscribe, and that way you'll get a notification of when I'm streaming or if I put up a video. Just that little tiny bell that you'll get an email notification, and that's you know, helpful to know when I'm streaming or when I post a video. So what I'm going to do is, oh, someone else has just subscribed. That would be JLR. Hey, thanks for the subscription. Again, hit that little bell icon. This way you guys know exactly when I put some stuff up here. All right, so I'm going to take this off autopilot. We're going to start to bring this down here. I want to see if I can go check out Hoover Dam. We're in the area. We might as well fly around and try to find Hoover Dam. We can always get back on track and get ourselves to Las Vegas. We're only 30 miles away. Oh, another subscription. And that would be Arnold. Thanks for the subscription, Bar Arnold. Appreciate that. Now, my sneaking suspicion is that Hoover Dam is right over that ridge over there. We're going to find out. I think it is. It's one of the spots I've been waiting to see on the sectional for quite some time. I'm hoping that we can see it. It would make sense that the dam would be over there to my 11 o'clock, somewhere around there, because the lake is dammed up to the north. I know that. So let's just we just crossed over into new scenery here. I will tell you that an Aerofly FS2, one of you guys were asking about that. Hoover Dam is amazing in Aerofly. It is amazing in Aerofly. Some of the scenery is really truly amazing. New York City is amazing. Really quite amazing. All right, I think we're gonna be disappointed in Hoover Dam here, guys. Yeah, we're going to be disappointed in Hoover Dam. How could Hoover Dam not be modeled? Wow, that's lame. See, it's right there. It should be right there. And it's not modeled. Oh, well, I wonder if someone's done it, if they have... Oh, actually, oh, wait, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Just slowing her down here a little bit. Oh, it's modeled. I think it's modeled. There's Hoover Dam right there. I've been there, actually. It's an amazing, amazing structure. Yep. It's not modeled greatly, but it is there. It definitely doesn't look like that. That's pretty lame. Aerofly's Hoover Dam is pretty incredible. Let's just take a spin over here, and we'll fly back into the dam so we could take a look at it. Actually, I think I have a video from a while ago, a couple of years ago, when I flew Aerofly's dam. Sorry, Hoover Dam and Aerofly, if you want to check that out. Yeah, see that road? That's ridiculous. All right, so there's X-Plains Hoover Dam. X-Plains Hoover Dam is lame. No doubt about it. It's lame. Yep, pretty lame. But it's there. All right, let's get back on track here. A little bit of a shortcut, or sorry, diversion, just so we could see Laminar's lame. They should have spent a little time with Hoover Dam. Oh well. Let's cycle the flight director here. That looks like a boat dock down there. Some nice boats. There are some huge boats on Lake Mead. A lot of houseboats, actually, on Lake Mead, which is pretty wild. All right, so we're 20 miles away from Las Vegas, baby. We're just going to fly straight in. I'm not going to do any calls because it's a towered airport, so we'll fly straight in and get our asses there. Doing well, thanks for asking. I'm going to be starting my private license next month. Awesome, and I thought this would be a great add-on. Yeah, that's great. JLR, I highly recommend checking out Pilot Edge with X-Plane 11. Pilot Edge is a manned ATC, and you can actually fly from different class airports and talk to air traffic control. Very good for practicing for private licenses. A lot of people use it for that, so make sure you check out Pilot Edge if you don't know about it already. Lewis, how you doing? Just brought a Rift and FlyInside, but mine's nothing like this, damn. Well, I have a video you might want to check out. Let me see if I can find that for you. Let's see, videos. That might help you. Give me a second here, guy. You're struggling with FlyInside. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I don't know why I can't find it now. Sometimes I can't find these videos. Darn it. Here it is. Hold on. Getting close to the airport here. I gotta watch myself. Check out this video, Lewis. All right, let me just get back in the cockpit here. All right, we are 12 miles out. We are on route. Let's just see. We got to come down to 2,000. All right, there's Las Vegas. And we'll just land right over there. All right, cool. Let's see. Arnold, I have an Oculus also, but I'm going to give it back to the seller because I'm not satisfied with the resolution of displays. I'm waiting for 8K VR. That's going to be something. Arnold, you may be waiting a long time, dude. I would say you're probably going to be waiting until the end of next year, maybe longer. And I wouldn't go by the Pimax 8K because that's not really 8K. 4K VR has to come out before 8K. So yeah, don't be fooled by Pimax. It's not really 8K. It's actually two 4K displays, and they're also, I'm not sure if they're OLED displays or not. So I would be very weary of that. All right, we're gonna land here, so I'm gonna put my let's go through our gump here. So G is gas. So mixture is in, undercarriage is welded. Sorry, gas is I'm gonna be on my right tank. Okay, undercarriage is welded. Mixture is in, and we don't have to worry about the prop. Let's start to slow the plane down. We got 8 miles out. Let's start to descend. I'm gonna take this off autopilot. Start to slow her down. Man, there's a lot of stuff on this map. Looking cool, baby. Yeah, you're going to be waiting a long time for 8K VR. And plus, you're going to have a really powerful computer to run that. 4K VR is going to require a powerful computer. And that's the next step. Pimax, when they came out with 4K last year, it wasn't really 4K. It was 2K. 2K 2K per eye, and they were adding it up and calling it 4K. It's not really 4K. They just announced their 8K. It's not really 8K. It's two 4K displays, okay? One per eye. I would be very wary of that, investing in that. I would say enjoy Oculus as it is now. I think you're going to see much better clarity when native VR comes out for X-Plane 11. All right, let's get this down to 119, and I'm going to put in some flaps. Let's get the nose up a little bit. First level of flaps. We're a little high here. Let's slow her down. Coming into the big runway. Finally made it to Las Vegas, man. I don't know. We've traveled at least 2,000 miles. It's a lot of flying. Full flaps. We could take the left runway, which is more of a GA runway, but we're going to take this one. Go where the big boys go. You can see the strip right over there. Luxor. Whatever. I don't know. Some of the other hotels. I can't remember all the names of them. Mandalay Bay. Got about 300 feet. Alrighty. Not bad. Let's get ourselves parked over here. Let's just park right here. We're in the middle of the taxiway. Who cares? Set parking brake.
Brakes set.
All right, we got to turn all this stuff off. Make sure FSEconomy knows that we're here. Boom. We are now in Las Vegas. Give me 1 second here, guys. Turn all this stuff off. Oops. And we are done. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to have to take off here. So that gets us to Las Vegas. Thanks for hanging out here, talking VR. I do appreciate it. And make sure you check out the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon, and we can, you get a little notification when I'm streaming or when I put up a video. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Take care, guys, and have a great Sunday. Take care.